Everything God's going to do for you, it's already set aside.
Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. So, a curiosity just came up in my mind scrolling through YouTube, and within listening to different motivational messages and ministries, I come across Bishop Eddie Long's videos sometimes. And what made me click on it is the title read, Most Powerful Service, Most Powerful Illustration. So I look down in the comment section and I see that people still listen to his word today despite the disacts of service. And then you also have those people that say it's hypocritical towards Christianity to listen to a man supposedly of God that proven himself to be of the world. One comment says, "It's amazing to watch people believing in this Bronze Age silly, unproven, violent, and hypocritical superstition called Christianity." And another comment says, "Only God can trust this great man of God to deliver this message. Couldn't no one deliver this like Bishop Eddie Lee Long?" So I know at this point everybody is caught up with the scandals, his long lavish lifestyle, and lawsuits accusing him of seducing young men into sexual relationships in exchange for trips, clothes, cars, and money. Following the accusations, there was talks about his drastic weight loss and people couldn't determine whether he had HIV or cancer. Many accusers spoke out, but one in particular stood out and made a book calling himself the First Lady and was supposedly the mistress of Bishop Eddie Lee Long. He had just launched his book and he was working on his music career, but what happened to him? He disappeared right around the time of Bishop Eddie Long's death. People thought it was coincidental and couldn't put the two and two together. As people were trying to crack the code on the mysterious illness of Bishop Eddie Long, people tend to forget about Centino Kemp. So many thought he may have moved back to the Bahamas since that's where he was from and he received that huge settlement disbursement from the New Birth Baptist Church. The amount of the settlement was $150,000. The settlement was derived from a story of Centino Kemp, the man who claims Eddie Long raped him at the age of 16. It says that the story of Centino Kemp at the age of 25 at the time of the settlement, who alleged in a tell-all book that the late Bishop Eddie Long initiated him into a sexual 6-year-long relationship and raped him at the age of 16 and then threatened his life when he tried to leave. When he wrote the book, it was called First Lady. The book was published in 2013 but has recently catapulted to number 6 in Amazon's biographies and memoirs category as the public tries to make sense of Long's sudden death from an aggressive cancer on Sunday morning. And so as you can see, people are still trying to figure this puzzle out to make sense about his death and what happened to Centino Kemp. Now, Kemp was not just an initial party to those lawsuits. He came forward during the settlement talks, joining 4 other men that came out as well with the same accusations. Anthony Flagg, Maurice Robertson, Jamal Paris, and Spencer LaGrange. Stories aligned when they said that Long had coerced him into having sexual relationships with them while they were teenage members of the congregation. Now it says right here that he did travel to the Bahamas to escape Long. It said Kemp became so depressed as his relationship with Long spiraled out of control that he tried to commit suicide in the Bahamas. But he would eventually later rekindle the relationship with Long a few months later, however, traveling with him as he preached around the countries in places like New York and Minnesota. Within that time frame, Kemp ended up getting in a serious car accident, and Bishop Eddie Long paid for his rehabilitation and an apartment in Florida where Long would visit him often. He claims that Long bought him a ring and mentioned that he was his first lady, and so that's where he got the title First Lady from. Now mind you, there was already a first lady at the time because Bishop Eddie Long was married to Vanessa Long as she decided to stay with him throughout the whole scandal. Now it says right here that Centino Kemp, the alleged former lover of Bishop Eddie Long, arrives in Atlanta for Bishop's funeral. As you can see, this is the picture right here. He's a little bit unrecognizable because he is wearing more feminine accessories, but this is him at the time of the funeral. In one tweet he posted, "Today was the hardest day of my life." Now Bishop Eddie Long, born May 12, 1953 and died January the 15th of 2017, just shy away from 2016. Cause of death reported was an aggressive form of cancer. Now, it's coincidental that Centino Kemp is also battling cancer. Right here in 2016, it says Eddie Long's accuser Centino Kemp is battling cancer. It says right here, earlier this week, Bishop Eddie Long shocked church followers and everyone else with this sickly appearance that the bishop blamed on his new raw food diet. Now, at the time, Centino Kemp had a Twitter account called Bohemian Swag, and one post said, "Hate being sick, but it's great to be in the land of the living." Another post says, #F cancer, I pray for this healing. And all of this was like a year shy of Eddie Long's death back in February of 2016. Now right here, also around the time he posted, "Bloggers like to make screenshots of my posts. Why no one screenshot this? 1 year ago I made this post. I got tested today for HIV and AIDS. I think everyone should get tested too. It's 2016. Know your status. Let's start the year healthy." So people were correlating, putting the two and two together to try to figure out the meaning behind the messages. So I started doing some research because I wanted to know what happened to this guy, and I came across a page on Twitter that said Centino Kemp. Now the picture on the account looks as if it's a heterosexual male with a child, but still of similar features of Centino Kemp. Now going down in the comments, it says, "I took a break from the social media world." Now this was back in 2021 when he posted this. And he also says, "Check out my new song, Zoe Life or No Life." So I see a picture of a woman turned around with long hair. So I slowly started realizing this may not be a heterosexual male's page. So then I scroll all the way back down to 2017 post, and it says, "Lord, they catch me leaving the funeral." And right here someone said, "I just finished reading your book and I hope that you're okay now and have found peace." So as you can see, Centino Kemp is still alive. He must have deactivated his Twitter account and changed the name to his real name, and that's why you see him post had to take a break from the social media world. He started back making music and seems to be low-key nowadays. It's still unknown of the cancer situation right now, but we know that he is alive and healthy.